What the frick is this angle? Okay. Okay. Just get this thing up here. You know what? F it. We're gonna do this like this. How y'all doing, guys? It's Marza Sports. Why do I keep making this? I was going to say the calling the channel Marza 7. No, it's actually Mars Sports. Although I did call Marza 7 Mars Sports in the video. So, what the frick is that? Sorry, anyways, one second. We got these items. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it, guys. We've made the state championship. After 3.5 months, we finally made it. Of football. We made it to the state championship. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and yeah, it's actually a good camera angle. Yeah, not usually what you see me as. Yeah, but yeah, yesterday the state semifinals wrapped up, and I'm sorry I didn't get to do a video on it. I just didn't have time. Once again, I gave you all the picks this time. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna go to SB Live. We got some really interesting picks. We'll be predicting every single state championship, 1 in Division 2 to 6A Division 1. We'll be covering all of them this time. Okay. Getting the website loaded up right now. DeSoto. Hold up. I have to go separate freaking brackets, bro. Come on. I don't want to do that. That's fine. Anyways, we're actually going to go in order of how the state championships are going to go. So yeah, we're going to start with 1 in Division 1. I like when it's ordered from smallest to biggest. This is like, I get why they do it because like to shift it all. But like, I like when they start at 1 in Division 2 and then 6 Division 1 because you get bigger and bigger and bigger as you go. Like you get a little smaller and bigger and a little smaller, much bigger and a little smaller. It's kind of a weird thing. Yeah, well, the state championships start on Wednesday and they'll be going until Saturday night. So yeah, I'll be at the Saturday games. So yeah, there's that. I wish I could go to all of them. I just not in the cards this year. No, I've never been to all of them anyway because I have school and all that, it's exams and all that. Well, I don't have to take any exams out. Hopefully, I don't think I have to take any exams. Knock on wood. Yeah, let's do this. So we have 1 Division 1 to start off with. As we have typical versus, oh, hey, you're there. These records are completely inaccurate, by the way. I'm going to call Max Preps. This is 6-man one. This is 6-man football. As this is the first game of the weekend or of the week. As the Gordon Longhorns will be taking on the Rankin. I don't even know what their mascot is, but what is Rankin's mascot? The Red Devils. There's Blue Devils and Red Devils. Nice. Both these teams have been very good this year. Gordon is 13-0. That's it. Did not get to play all the regular season games. Yeah, they're usually really good. They've been blowing out teams left and right. Like their closest game this year. Good Lord, I'm looking at their schedule. God. Holy moly, dude, that's insane. Their closest margin to victory this year is, I don't even know, honestly. 33. Their closest margin of victory is 33 points. That's insane. Oh my God. Gordon's usually the best team in one every year. And once again, they've been really good again this year. I mean, it's Gordon. They're really good. Yeah, they are taking on Rankin. Rankin's been a good team this year, too. I mean, they're number 6 in 6-man in Texas. They've been Look at this year, they only have 2 losses to Water Valley and Borden County, but those were all 3 games of the season. And they've had some close game against Water Valley, which they actually the team they lost to, they actually by like 48 points, but then they actually got revenge and they actually beat them this time. So yeah, there's that. I mean, they've been like they scored 82 points in the game. That's insane. Although these 1A games can go really high. I think I saw like one match a few years ago in 1A. State Champions had like 100 points scored by one team. That's insane, bro. What year was that? I swear there was like, was it like something Valley? Was it Water Valley? I don't know. Let me go. What was that? What year was that bracket? I think it was 2018. 1A state championship. I should probably put UIL because it's gonna 100 points scored. 100 points scored. It's saying I can hold on. Hold on. UIL football state championship history. What the? Okay, there it is. It's a weird looking website. Why is it? What the? It only goes to 2008. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. No, that is not what I was looking for. That's really old website. Oh my god, why did it give me? That's the first thing they gave me. There we go. Where? Okay, I swear there was like one game where they scored like 100 points or something like that. Yes. The 2018 1A Division One state championship. McLean won over Milford 100-70. Oh my god, that's insane. Was there another one that went like to 100? I've never seen 100 points scored in a football game in my life. There's times where it's been close, like the A&M LSU game a few years ago. But yeah, yes, there was 100 points scored in a football game once. That's insane. Overall, though, I'm going to take Gordon to win. It's just, we get a little thing right here. It's probably be a lot of points. I'm going to say it's a combined total. Let's say 119. That seems about accurate. That's cool. We get to actually do the tiebreaker. I'm gonna say Gordon wins that game though. They're just good or reliable when it comes to 1A. I don't watch much 1A football, but I know Gordon's really freaking good. Now we got the smallest schools in the state of Texas. As this is 1A Division 2. We have Richland Springs taking on J-Tawn. I thought that was Anna High School for a second. J-Tawn was the state championship last year, as they beat a 5-loss. Remember they beat a 5-loss team last year in the state championship, which was kind of random. Yeah, we'll get to a team that has 4 losses as at the state championship. Though, yes, there's a team that lost nearly half of their regular season games, and they're in the state championship. Yeah, they beat Oakwood. They lost 5 games in regular seasons. They're like 7-6 somehow, or 8-6, 9-6. I don't freaking know what their record. 9-6, I guess. They're undefeated. They've been really good this year. I mean, their closest game was against. They had a lot of shutouts this year. That tracks. Wow, that's a lot of scoring. Their closest game this year was against Benjamin, and then the final score was 76-62. Oh my god, bro, that's amazing. As they beat up Klondike in their last game, 64-19. These 1A games get out of hand. Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, they're taking out Richland Springs. Do they have a logo on Max Preps? On their profile page, I guess. They only have 1 loss this year. It actually comes to Gordon, so I mean I guess that's fair. It's Gordon, so what do you expect? But they've won every game since then. That was their first game of the season, by the way, on August 28th. So yeah, but they beat Strong in their last matchup. They're really good this year, so I think they could definitely give Jayton a run for their money. I think this ought to be a decently close game. I'm going to take Jayton though. I'm gonna say the combined total is going to be. I think it'll be a closer game this time. So I'm gonna say that's actually higher. I think I'm a little overboard the last matchup. I'll say 100. No, that's too much. 132. How about that? I think it'll be a close game, but yeah, we'll see. I think at some point. But usually these games are blowouts, honestly. What the frick? 31 games? Okay. All right, moving on to the next one. Now we got the first 11-man football matches. It's 2A Division 1. As we have Joaquin taking on Hamilton. Let's just talk. Joaquin is one of the hottest teams in the state of Texas, maybe the hottest team in the state of Texas. They've been, or Jaquan. No. Okay, anyways, Joaquin has been one of the hottest teams in the state of Texas, man. They're peaking at the right time. Like, they lost nearly half the regular season games, as they lost to, who did they lose to? They lost to Frankston, Grand Saline, St. Augustine, and Garrison. But I'm just saying, into the playoffs, they've literally been on fire, bro. Their closest game was a 9-point game to Refugio, who's undefeated, by the way, going to that game. Joaquin is not a team you should mess with at this point in the year. I mean, they might have finished third in their district and lost nearly half the regular season games, but they're peaking at the right time. I'll tell you that for a fact. Taking on Lewis Hamilton High School. They're 13-2 this year. They've been really good as they beat West Texas in their last game, and the two close losses they're both close losses. They come to Crawford, a 2-point loss to Crawford, and they lost a 3-point loss to San Saba. So yeah, but overall, you know what? I'm gonna take Joaquin to win this game, and I'm gonna say the total amount of points. But let's just see how these two teams performed in their last games. Okay, their offense is decent, I guess. Okay, I'll say 72 combined point. Actually, I'll say 71 points will be scored in this game. I think it'll be much more low scoring than the 1A stuff. 1A gets way out of hand with scoring sometimes. I'll tell you what. 2A Division 2. The smallest 11-man football league, or smallest schools that play 11-man football. As we have a rematch of last year's state championship, as Shiner and Munster will be playing each other once again. Munster, I believe, won last year. Yes, we have beer versus cheese once again. I made that joke last year. We're gonna make it again this year because why not? Munster, I believe, is the reigning 2A state champions for the 2A Division 2. They are one of the smallest ones out there. Good. They play Whitesboro? Oh wow. Or is that different? Okay. As they Munster only has 2 losses this year as they come to they're actually 73rd in the state of Texas, which is really good for a 2A team. That's every team, every 11-man state of Texas, that includes Duncanville and all that. They lost the Holiday, close one to Holiday, and they also lost to Pottsboro by 9 points. Yeah, but they've been really good as they beat Cross Plains by like 71 points. Good lord, they beat up Wellington, and then they beat Albany, who's usually they're a really good team usually. 2A. Lindsay and they beat Groover in a close game. So yeah, they're taking on the Shiner beer Cabs. I don't know what the mascot is, but they are the Comanches. Yeah, that tracks. I guess that. I think it's an older town. So yeah. Sorry, it sounded so racist to say. I'm so sorry. Yeah. They beat Mount Enterprise in their last game, 28-8. Their defense is really good. As the most points they surrendered all year. They're undefeated, by the way. The most points they have surrendered all year is 21 points, which is against who is that team? Industrial. Yeah, they will be playing Munster once again this year. I believe they lost to Munster in the close. That was a really good game last year. But this Shiner team, I think, is better than they were last year. I don't care if they're ranked 300. No, I don't care if they're ranked below. No, they're ranked 99. Never mind. I don't care if they're ranked below Munster. I'm actually going to say Shiner wins the state championship this year. And how good is Munster's offense? Or Munster. Munster won last year, but I'm gonna say it's a low-ish scoring, low scoring game. I'm gonna say there are 45 combined points in this game. That seems about accurate. I think it'll be a close game though. I think China will get their revenge from last year though. China is a better team they were last year, and yet look where they are. They're at the exact same place where they ended last year. Yeah. Moving on, we have we have three at Division One. We have Yoakum taking on Grandview. Yoakum, the white Yoakum, the country center. Great country center, by the way. Yoakum, they've been really good this year. They beat Lalano Yano in their last game. They're ranked 75th in Texas according to Max Press, so the Max Press rankings aren't exactly accurate every time. But their two losses come to Cuero. Cuero is usually a good team. And who was their other loss to? It was to Columbus, but they ended up beating Columbus in the playoffs, so they got revenge on them. Yeah, don't you just love those rematches? But they beat Yano in their last game, 71-27. That is insane. They had a lot of close. They had a few close games. Like the Fairfield game was close. The Hard game wasn't that close, but still, the Columbus game was close. I mean, they beat up Yano. They're taking on Grandview, but Grandview's been a really good team this year too. Grandview only has two losses as well as they come to. They beat Peace during their last game, 21-18. As they actually beat Pottsboro in the playoffs. Pottsboro's usually really good. As their two losses come to Malakoff, they're usually really good, and then Whitney come to blowout. That was way back earlier in the season. But they've been a good team this year. So overall, though, I'm actually going to say Yoakum wins this game. I will say that this will be a decently high scoring game. I'll say 64. I'll say 65. No, not 660. No, no, not that many points. Not even a one. Not even a one. It could eclipse that. I'm gonna say 65 combined points are scored. I think it'll be a relatively high scoring game. But yeah. Now we have 3 Division 2, and surprise, surprise, Gunter's not playing in it this year, as they actually lost. As the team that actually beat Gunter's in this, as Wall actually beat Gunter. I believe it was Wall that beat them. Yeah. Oh yeah, because my friend Ayush, he made it. I go to school with him. He made a joke. I showed him the score, and he took a picture of a Wall, and he says they beat Gunter. Yeah, but you know what? Credit the Wall, man. They beat the 3A powerhouse every year in Gunter. Gunter is usually really, really good. They always win state, bro. So they'll not be in state this year. Very unusual for Gunter. But yeah. Wall's 15-0. They have not lost a game all year, as they've been really good this year. Like literally none of their games were even close in the regular season. Like their closest game was still a 14-point game. And then their first two playoff games, they won. They outscored those two opponents combined, 127-0, and they beat Slayton and Idlewild by a lot. And then their Gunter was their toughest game this year. They've been really good. The Walls looks dangerous this year. They're taking on Newton. Newton's been really good this year too. They have one loss, which comes to Western Stark, and they're at 3A Division. I believe that they're in state and 4 Division 2, so that I guess that makes sense. And it was actually one score game, so yeah. They played Trinity. No, not the Trinity from Euless, but they've been really good ever since then. They have not had a close game since then. But yeah, there's that. That ever since they lost to Western Stark, they have not lost a game since. They haven't even had a close game since then. So yeah, like their closest. Good Lord, was their closest game like 20? Well, actually, Jefferson was a close game, but yeah, they've gotten better and better as the season's gone along. This could be a good game, I will say, but I think Wall's just a better team this year. I mean, if you beat Gunter, I think you're winning state. So that Gunter is basically like the South Oak Cliff of State Division 2, except they actually win their state championships every year. Yeah, there's that. And I'm willing to say this will be a high score, and I'm going to say 85 points will be scored. I don't know. Now we're on to the Friday games. For Division 1, we have Stephenville versus Kilgore. Kilgore's back at state this year after losing it to Solana last year in kind of a blowout game. I will like Solana. beating them up after the second half. I was at that game last year, and then I left because I wanted to go see Indiana versus Notre Dame. Even though I should have stayed for South Lake Randall, but I thought that's gonna be a blowout with South Lake went by like a billion points. So it says 5 hours for those things fully charged. Yeah. They're taking on undefeated Stephenville, who just beat the reigning state champion Salina. Stephenville's usually a really, really good team. And 4A, they're the 4A team killers. They end 4A programs. I mean, look, they literally ended Argyle's 4A run and then Melissa's 4A run. Now they're ending Salina's 4A run because Salina's going to 5A next year. Salina's one of the fastest growing cities in Texas. So it makes sense. Their high schools too. Their high school's growing like that too. Yeah, they played an amazing game with Salina. That was a great game. They won it on a go-ahead field goal towards the end of the game. And yeah, they beat Salina in a really good game. That was probably their toughest game this year, except they've been really good. They have not lost a game. They even beat like Midlothian Heritage to start. They beat them up too, and they shut out Everman. Everman wasn't very good. They're not. Everman's usually not very good. But yeah. Oh, they played at Godley. Godley has a nice stadium, by the way. And they beat up Adeline Wild. They've literally their closest game this year was against Salina. They literally did not have a close game. Not even Midlothian Heritage came and sniffed them. And that was on the road to Midlothian Heritage too. I remember what they played because I guess Midlothian Heritage played 2 home games to start the year because we played Argyle played Midlothian Heritage after they played Stephenville. So yeah. They're taking on Kilgore. Kilgore is they have 1 loss this year. They're usually at state. It seems like it's either them or Chapel Hill. Although they have to play Chapel Hill in the playoffs this year. They beat Chapel Hill 20-7. Though Chapel Hill was not as good as they usually are this year. They're really good. Their 1 loss comes to Carthage, but it's Carthage, bro. They always make state in 4A Division 2. So yeah, that's a high power match in 4A. They beat Patrick Mahomes' old high school. They beat the crap out of Gilmore. Good lord, Gilmore. Good lord, Gilmore wasn't very good this year, but still, Gilmore's usually a good team. Yeah, they'd be really good this year. They have, I mean, half their playoff games were shutouts, or over half their playoff games, I guess. At least half their playoff. So they shut out Stratford, they shut out Bridge City, and they shut Lavernia in the same round. So I mean, they're crushing opponents left and right. But I do think Stephenville's going to win this game. I will say combined total. I'm gonna say this is decently low scoring. I think it'd be like I think there's to be some scoring. I'll say 62 combined points will be scored. Actually, I'll go more like 70. 74, I'll say. I think it'll be decently high scoring. But yeah, I think that'd be a good game, potentially. Although Steve might crush him. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. That's a good question. All right, for Division 2, we have Carthage. Once again, they're taking a West Orange Stark. West Orange Stark beat Centon in their last game. Centon might be going to 3A next year, although they might opt up at this rate. West Orange Stark. I can't tell if it's like a Wonder Woman logo or a West Virginia logo. I'm pretty sure it's a West Virginia. No, a Wonder Woman logo. Sorry. For the love of God, Max, perhaps not turn off my ad blocker. I only have it because of YouTube. Okay. They beat Centon. Listen to this score, 28-3. Falcons fans just got jump scared right there. But yeah, their closest game in the playoffs against Robinson in the second round. They beat La Vega, who made state last year. They beat Centon. They beat up Centon. They've been really good this year. 2 losses. They have 3 losses, but they came way earlier in the year. They're all out of district. Netherlands 5A. That's the team that beat Port Neches Groves last year. They also lost La Vega, who they ended up being in the playoffs. They lost by like a lot of points too. But they beat them in the playoffs, and then they also lost to Ahmed Crawford in a close game. I believe Crawford's a brand new school. I think they're going to 5A. I think they're in the Fort Bend district, but yeah, the Fort Bend school district. Yeah, they're taking on Carthage. Carthage is usually a really, really good team. They're undefeated. They're ranked 22nd in Texas. they beat up Brock 49-21 in their game, their last games. Yeah, they beat Pittsburgh's. Had a game that was 63-34 and 60-35. That's weird, but yeah, it's Pittsburgh and Sanger. They actually, they go on? That can't be right. They did not go on the this. Yeah. Anyways. They went on the road to Pittsburgh? That can't be right. If that's the case, then I give up. Let's see. Is this actually true? Okay. Yeah, Carthage, they've been really, really good this year. They're undefeated. I mean, they beat Kilgore to start the season, and they've just been beating up opponents left and right, man. I mean, it's insane. They even beat a 6A team in San Benito, which is insane. Yeah, San Benito isn't very good, but still. They made the playoffs. They finished with 2 wins in the season. Yeah, but yeah, they've been really good this year, and I don't think they ever lost a state championship under their current coach. Yeah, I'm gonna say Carthage wins this game, and I'm gonna say it's pretty high scoring. I'm gonna say Carthage beats them up by a decent amount. I'm gonna say 87 combined points. I'm gonna say it's gonna be kind of a blowout. Western Start, great team. I don't think they're gonna win though. Now I got the night game, as we have Clutch Canes and what the frick? Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. We had the Clutch Canes and Frisco Lone Star. We had Lone Star and taking on the defending state champ Smithson Valley. Smithson Valley's been really good this year, like they usually are. They won state last year. Their one loss, I believe, comes to Brennan. Was their one loss? And Brennan's a great 6A team, so I guess that makes sense. So I know they lost in the second round, but I was like Travis, to be completely fair. Before their offense died. Yeah, they beat a formerly undefeated Port Arthur Memorial in their last game, as they beat them 31-28. Actually, I thought Port Arthur might make state this year, but yeah, the one loss comes to Brennan in that one game. But they've been really good this year. I mean, they swept their district and they beat New Braunfels twice. They shut them out the second time, and they beat Piper twice. So they can beat opponents even if it's the first or second time, whether it's the first or second time. So they've been really good this year. I mean, it just they're usually. Stream's still up.
Bro, look at this, bro. There's freaking 6 full size in here. We're insane.
That's insane, bro.
And I honestly did not read this, but it has dark chocolate. That's kind of healthy.
Has Darshall chocolate?
Yeah.
Dark chocolate's not healthy, but it's healthier than milk chocolate. It tastes better than milk chocolate too.
And white chocolate. Just like you.
Yeah, cracker chocolate. Hey guys, we got a Yushin stream right now.
I stream.
This is the guy I was talking about earlier that said he put the wall on the he took a picture of a wall and he said they beat Gunter. Yeah, he's the guy I was talking about. But yeah. But today, yeah, but sorry my stream disconnected. I pressed the wrong button and then I had to do stuff, and then this kid called me, and then now I'm back on streams. Now we're gonna predict Lone Star versus Smithson Valley. We just glazed Smithson Valley, and I think they'll have a really good shot again this year. Lone Star on the rank below Argyle? What? Smithson Valley's ranked below Argyle. That's insane. They're taking on Lone Star, who's ranked number 11 in the state of Texas. They've been insane this year, dude. Like, people knew they're going to be good, but like I don't think people expect them to be this good. Like, undefeated, they made a huge comeback against Lido. Like, they were down 54-35 with like less than 5 minutes left in the game, and they scored, and then they won the game. Which, yeah, Lido chucked the game away, but that's really touch. But you can say, oh, Lido chucked the game away. Yes, they did. But on the other side, Lone Star, Ayush, why are you texting me, bro? We're literally on call right now. Okay, Yush. You could just say it out loud. You won't piss me off. This kid's too afraid to speak when he's on the on the spotlight. Yeah. Lone Star though, they've been really good this year. I mean, that's very clutch by them. I mean, they beat defending state runner-ups Highland Park. I mean, they've been incredible, bro. Like, they got better and better as the years gone along. Like, they've been really good all year, we'll say. They're in a district with all the Frisco schools, and Wakeland. Well, wait, Wakeland is the Frisco school, obviously. The Armageddon. And then Sherman and North Dakota North, they're in that district. And That's a Chick-fil-A bag. That's a Chick-fil-A bag. What do you think it is? No, it's actually a McDonald's bag. Anyways, yeah. But they've been really good this year. I mean, we should have all known, like, honestly, when they came into Argyle and then they beat the crap out of Argyle on the road, and Argyle barely ever loses any games there. Like they've lost one game the last 11 years there, 11 or 12 years, something like that. They're like, bruh, bro, if she has COVID, then stay away from me. Anyways, yeah. About to say, bro, dog, just say the words, bro. It's pain in the butt to have to look back and forth. Anyways, but yeah, but or just put in the live chat. This allowed. Skull emoji. Skull emoji. I love pissing off Ayush well, actually not necessarily pissing off. I like messing with Ayush with terrible jokes. Okay, good. Stay away. I'm trying to keep my exam exemptions. But anyways, a Lone Star though, they didn't really get this year. I mean, I was at that game when they played Argyle. I was tortured to watch because I'm an Argyle person, and that was torture. We were actually supposed to win that game originally, but then we didn't know, no one knew who the Lone Star was. And Lone Star came into our house and just completely smoked us. So yeah, that happened. But they're really good this year. I mean, they've just been firing up on all cylinders. I mean, they've been really good this year. They've been inconsistent on both sides of the ball at points this year, but they've been a really good team for the most part. I mean, they're undefeated. They've been a really good team, periods. Yeah. Overall, though, I think Lone Star will win the state championship, and I hope they do because make me feel better about losing to them. Um, I'm not gonna say there's as many points scored as there was against Alito because Alito's combined total of 108 points, which is insane, bro. I'm gonna say it is because Justin Valley is actually pretty good defense. So I'm gonna say I'll say that it'll be combined total of uh, uh 76 points. No, 82 points. No, not 76. No, not that many points. Good lord. You guys gonna have much many points in the whole season if you even tried. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, now let's move on to Saturday. Saturday, 5A Division Two. I learned that Benson Boone was on American Idol, which is insane to me. I watched that audition apparently. Anyways, rematch of last year's state championship. Randall versus South Oak Cliff. I mean, should we even be shocked it's these two teams playing each other? I mean, let's just start off with Randall. Randall's won 31 straight games. I'm not even kidding. They went undefeated last year, and they've won all their games so far this year. Randall's a really freaking good team, man. Like they've been really good. Like the fact this school is like fifth year in existence is genuinely just insane to me how great they've been. They beat up Bourne in their last game, 40-16. They were really good. They beat Iowa Colony twice, which that's a really good Iowa Colony team usually each year. That's like the toughest opponent they've had all year. But man, they've been insanely good this year, man. It's insane. Like 31 straight wins. They haven't lost a game since they lost to Huntsville in the playoffs in 2023. That's when Huntsville clutched up in the playoffs. But Randall has been so good, man. It's insane. Like they haven't lost a game in 2 years, which is insane to me, man. Like I will say they're in a much tougher district in South Oak Cliff because South Oak Cliff. I mean, there's some duds in the district. Like they had two shutouts. But yeah, but like Iowa Colony's not a dud by any means. They're actually really good teams. Yeah, there's that. But they've been really good this year, as they will be taking on. I swear to God, we always see this team in the playoffs or in the state championship. South Oak Cliff. Remember back in 2021 when they were considered like the Cinderella story? I remember those days. I was at that game when they played. I think it was Liberty Hill. It was Liberty Hill they beat. Uh, Now they're just like the team no one wants to play, especially on our side of the bracket. South Oak Cliff beat Melissa. Their game 35-17. Their game by Willem. Willem their offense kind of led off the second quarter or second half. Yeah, they've been really good this year. I mean, they've been blowing out pretty much every opponent they put in the playoffs. Like, they beat up Crandall. They beat Mount Pleasant. They beat up Terrell. They beat Port Groves 20-0. I mean, what's insane is South Oak Cliff. They also beat North Shore, who's in 6A Division One state championship, and they almost beat Duncanville, who that's the team the North Shore is playing in the state championship. So yeah, this will be an amazing game, bro. I think honestly, because like, well, I'm gonna say this: South Oak Cliff's gonna smack them, but I will say South Oak Cliff. I mean, I wouldn't say they're as scary as they were last year in the playoffs, but they're still really good. Um, but what's insane to me is, well, they also beat Longview earlier this season. They played 15 games this year. Over half of them so far, and at least half of them when it's all said and done, all were shutouts. South Oak Cliff did something insane. I don't think anyone's ever done. Anyone in the state of Texas ever did. South Oak Cliff did not allow a single point in district play. Like, now granted, their district sucks. Like they suck booty cheeks, but they've been South Oak Cliff shutting out any team's impressive, but like shutting out 8 of them, and that's not just the Dallas teams. There's Port Neches Groves in there too, who literally they lost in the state championship a few years ago. I mean, what?
It's getting hot in here.
If you're gonna shower, then get off the call, bro.
I'm not gonna shower.
Why do I hear water running then?
That's sink water.
Okay, it better be. Anyways, South Oak Cliff. Here's the teams they shut out this year: Spruce, Adamson, Hillcrest, Wilson, Seagoville, Samuel, Jefferson, and Port Neches Groves. I will literally show this on stream right now. Yeah, Ayush's getting butt naked right now.
No.
That means, yeah, very much getting butt naked. I told you were showering, bro. Well, y'all can't see him, so yeah, there's that. But bruh, just zesty as bruh. But South Oak Cliff though, they've been really good this year. I mean, they're always really good in 5 Division 2. I mean, they should opt out to 6 at this point. Well, they probably want to win their state championship. They haven't won state since 2022. Just saying, they lost to PNG in 2023, and they lost to Randall last year. 2 really close games, though. Yeah, but bro, it's just insane, bro, how they've been. Like, legit, the most insane thing to me? How they shut out their whole district. Yes, they've probably done that in the past. I think they did that something similar, but like the fact no one in their district even touched them is insane to me.
Marshall.
What?
Just what?
What?
I got to borrow the first shirt socks.
Brother, what?
Do you know that makes me?
First chair.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Okay.
Bruh.
But guess what first shirt that was?
I don't know, dude.
It's right there from our school.
I see.
Who do you think it was?
I have no clue, bro. I'm trying to pick these games, bro.
Don't pick them, bro. Eat them.
Eat them? I would love to eat South Oak Cliff. That sounds wrong. Yeah, but South Oak Cliff, man, it's insane the things they have done.
Bro.
They're always really bro. They've been really good. Like the fact they shut out their whole district is just insane to me, bro. I know I've been saying it, but god dang. I told you were showering, bro. Okay, I'm gonna show you on stream right now. Cause that actually sounds illegal. But anyways,
show them. Show them.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna show them your big black your BBC.
Yeah, show them.
This kid's so addicted to me, bro. He literally calls me when he's in the shower. We all know you're trying to date me, bro. We all know you're gay for me. Let's see. Yeah, this kid's literally showering on call. Like, that is the most, some of the devious stuff I've ever seen, bro. He even showed me his BBC once.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you did. You showed me in on a call. You could say nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your profile pic? What profile pic? That's his profile pic.
No, that's been the shower.
No, I'm not showing that right now.
Yeah, bro, who said I want to show you? That's gay, bro. I was gay, bro. I don't want to do that.
You're gay.
No.
Okay, anyways, but who think's gonna win this game? You know what? I'm actually gonna say Randall wins again. Now I'm gonna say the combined total points will be 35-38 last year. That's mine. I'm gonna say it's less. I'll say it's 64 combined points. How about that? I think it'll be a really good game though. I just think Randall's Randall, bro. I don't know why. It's a weird. Watch, South Florida's gonna crush them or something. I'll be at that game though. 6A Division One. I'm about to mutual. I'm about to mutual ass right now. No, you're gonna be at home. You have Victory Plus though, so I gave you the app at least. By the way, shout out to Victory Plus, man. They're streaming all of it for free this year. And I'm very, very thankful for it. Anyways, North Shore versus Duncanville. North Shore. I mean, we've seen this game so many times, bro. I can't be complaining. They didn't have this game last year. It was Westlake versus Norcai last year. But North Shore lost to South Oak Cliff. Duncanville beat South Oak Cliff. Therefore, I think Duncanville wins. Okay, in all seriousness, though, North Shore, they've been, I mean, I will say they've been as good as they usually are this year. They're still a really good team, don't get me wrong. But, like, they did lose 2 games regular season. They lost to South Oak Cliff. They also got shut out by Summer Creek, which is very random how that happened. But, yeah. But they've been really good in the playoffs. They beat up all their opponents, including, like, Travis, who's undefeated. They also beat Dickinson. Ridgepoint, who was undefeated. They beat 3 undefeated teams in the playoffs. They're taking on Duncanville. Duncanville has 1 loss this year. That comes to Waxahachie, and they beat that Waxahachie team in the playoffs. So they got revenge on them. They've only played 13 games this year because I guess everyone's just scared to play them. Please let South Lake Carroll versus Duncanville happen next year, bro. That'd be an absolute set them up. But they beat Allen their last game, who's undefeated. I mean, their toughest opponent this year is Waxahachie, and they beat up DeSoto, who's in 6 Division II states. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna take Duncanville to win this game. I'm gonna say the combined amount of points that's gonna be scored. I'll say 65. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a good game. That's usually a pretty good game, anyways. I remember a few years ago I was at that game where the Hail Mary was thrown. That was insane to watch in person, dude. Like that was the greatest high school football I've ever watched. That man just shot it, the Hail Mary, and then North Shore won the game like that. That's an amazing way to go out, bro. That was the greatest game I've ever watched in person. But for high school, and honestly, in general. Now for last game, Saturday night, not Saturday 3 p.m. We have CE King taking on I just left the call without telling me. That's he does it all the time, bro. We have CE Keen versus Duncanville. CE Keen in the state championship after beating Vandegrift. Sorry. CE Keens are really good this year. I mean, they're the team that beat Summer Creek twice, I believe. Keens, I believe, from Houston. I don't think I've ever seen him at the state championship. So it'll be a new side. They actually beat the defending state champion Vandegrift in their last game. So a lot of great stuff there. I didn't get to see that game because it wasn't on. Because I was at a party. But they beat them 58-41. That's like one of those games. Hit the offense together. They beat Summer Creek twice. One was relatively close. One was really close. They shut out Jordan in one of their games. I mean, this CE King team has been really, really good this year, and I think they'll be I think they gave the DeSoto run for their money. DeSoto, on the other hand, I know they have 3 losses, but those all came against really good teams. They came against Creekside. They got blown out in that game though. But that team's from Georgia and they're nationally ranked as well. So yeah, and they're but they also lost to North Crowley at North Crowley. To be fair, they lost at Duncan. So all their games have been on the road. And they lost too, but they've been really good in the playoffs. I mean, they beat up Corpus Cove. They beat up Longview after Longview beat up last year. They beat College undefeated at the time, undefeated College Park. They beat Willis, and then they also beat South Lake Carroll. It was an amazing game yesterday. They came back from a 16-point deficit, and then they came back to win. They actually scored a touchdown on the very last play as well. It's just rubbing in South Lake. South Lake Carroll's #1 team in the state. Even some people had a nationally ranked as well. Yeah, they're number 3 in the national rankings. Yeah, but they upset Soto, or excuse me, they upset South Lake Carroll. I keep getting mixed up for some reason. Yeah, taking on TE King, I think they could be winning from that last game, but I mean, I trust DeSoto. I think they'll win this game. Last time they state championship, they beat the living daylight out of Summer Creek. I don't think that'll be the case this time, but yeah, I'm gonna say I'll say a lot of points are scored in this game. Honestly, I'm gonna say this game will be the highest scoring game we have. I'm gonna say 95 points will be scored in this game. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go pick up lunch now. See you next one. Peace. I guess the next pick video is not for a while.